caution on the racetrack. The 14 of Clint Boyer involved. Also the 41 of Kurt Busch. Hard damage to the front of that car.
Off the corner, gets loose. Eric Jones is underneath him. Big impact. He's around the 14th position. Going back across the racetrack, right in front.
Yeah, the 41 of Kurt Busch.
You see him crashing down, he's coming up, coming in the middle. Hold the brakes there, bud, when you can.
Seen that too many times, Rick. That's
wow,
as real as it gets. Big impact, shoots Boyer back across the racetrack.
Fortunately, to miss the end of that pit wall. I know it was another hard impact, but the end of that pit wall would have been another awkward.
Worry about a driver mistake, a mental error. But yesterday we saw a mechanical problem that caused the big one.
Right, Johnny Sauter running fourth, cut down a tire, trouble, turn one, hard, a car in the wall, and spinning down to the bottom. It's going to be 10 or more cars involved. Johnny Benson. Flames erupted.
Idea about what happens here.
Darrell, I believe the 12 car, Ryan Newman, looks like he was out of shape, maybe starting to get loose by himself.
And Newman almost flipped over.
Remember, he had that hard crash at Daytona where he got on his roof at back in February.
I can't imagine that there wasn't some sort of contact that started that, because that looks so violent. Man, that car was almost over on its top right there. It hit that wall a ton.
Rusty Wallace, his teammate, the two cars involved.
As they come through, watch for the last two cars, which I believe, there's Earnhardt Jr. up high getting through with Schrader and Tony Raines. Jr. and Raines are the last two to get through from Rusty Wallace.
That was Ryan Newman's tire right there bouncing over the fence.
There's Dale Jr. right there. Look at him.
I think he got just a little bit of damage on that left front.
Turn 3. Reed Sorensen waiting in the wings. Here's Keselowski on the inside. Carl Edwards, can he make it stick on the outside? Brad thought he had the best car all night. Took the inside line on the restart. This is going to be down to the wire. Oh, they touch. He spun out. Carl gets into Keselowski. Carl Edwards will win.
Checker flag. Man, you are the man. He deserves it. Good job.
I just hope Keselowski's okay here. That was a hard hit, guys. That was
direct behind you.
Down into turn 1, Chase Elliott.
And Reddick went with him. Let's see if Reddick gets clear. No, he's not.
He also made a very interesting point. He said,
I feel crash.
19's going to go around. He'll collect the one. 22 of Logano also in it.
Stay up there.
Lots of cars. Look at the 5 of Larson there.
McDowell comes back up in front. He'll tag another car. Kyle Larson in it also.
They roll into turn 1. The one car is on the outside. They make contact, and around Truex goes. It's just, these cars, we've seen it over and over and over. You cannot push in these corners. If you get offset at all, it just doesn't work. Right there, the contact. And now Truex is along for the ride.
Yeah, Truex is out of the gas, uncomfortable. The one is just trying to wait on him to sort of gather it up and go. And eventually makes contact.
You see right here,
Martin's lifting right there. He's lifting. He's loose. The one's like waiting, trying to say, go, come on, get it going. Eventually makes contact, and then everybody kind of piles in. Look at the 22 up in the air right there.
And the 3 kind of goes out of sight, but man, he gets turned to the right. And the damage on the right front of that car, it had to be a pretty big hit. We'll see if we got it from this angle right here. You're going to see the 19 spin. And then watch the 3. He's going to be on the left side of this traffic. He gets caught, I think, by the 34. So, right, the 34 gets hit by the 20. Here comes Austin Dillon. He's going to go out of screen, but as he goes out of screen, oh, I'm telling you, that thing turns right. Boom! Oh, yeah, it comes back in.
You have to wonder also, guys, the We were talking about Ross Chastain offsetting to the right.
Wow.
To get more downforce, right? But how was that hurting Martin Truex Jr.'s car and how it drives? There's that big hit by Austin Dillon. That's just a massive hit. It's one thing this car, the center section.
Shot for Larson coming with that crossover.
Well, he had a full head of steam, but the bumper of Blaney and the right side of Kyle Busch's car was in his way.
Getting crowded up there in the front right now with the 42. Oh,
Whoa!
trouble. Big
crash. Danica Patrick and Joey Logano and Eric Almirola.
Holy smoly. Heavy damage there on Danica.
Those cars are killed.
And Almirola piling in at the last second and going up in the air. Patrick
Danica's
quickly out of her car.
Boy, she's out in a hurry.
Woo. No kidding, the thing was on fire.
Oh man, it looked like the 22 just got loose.
I think that.
Oh man, what a ride that Danica went on.
Danica took a heck of a ride into the wall, and then the 43 just plowed in there.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go. I think he committed to the outside lane. Pretty big impact by the 43. As you could see, Almirola sitting in his car. He hadn't quite gotten out of the car yet.
Eric Jones right behind them. Right behind Logano.
Oh, something
happened on that 22.
Something had to break.
Keep coming here. There you go.
22 violently turned left right into Danica.
Top is good.
Oh,
Right front. Yeah, I saw it blow the fender up.
I think that was a brake rotor.
Are you thinking what?
Yeah, and that's why it turned left. I think that disintegrated the right front brake rotor. Right as he went to the brakes, you saw.
Boy, this is huge right there. Look at that car come up off the ground. That's a heck of an impact.
The rear axle almost come out of, or the rear end housing almost come out of that car, the 43.
Now, Almirola was a good 10 spots behind this.
Yeah, he must have thought those cars were going to come down the track. I'm not sure what he was thinking.
See how.
That's big right there, but then what's that?
Yeah, that's why Danica jumped out so fast. Look at all the flames. Big fire there. All she could see was flames.
Has to check up. I took all the air off of that 24 car of William Byron. It had to get completely out of the gas. William now in that second lane, making it work.
And the 42 slides, tags the 43. Bubba Wallace back into traffic, and the outside wall caution comes out.
Heavy damage to the 43. You saw it live. Started with a little stack up. The 42 got loose in front of the 11 as they stack up off the corner.
Heavy damage to the 42 as well. This ground is so wet.
11 got a back of him, turn him down into us. No,
Look at that damage right there. We talked about it. We saw an Xfinity car go through the
Matt
grass.
Kenseth, just car gets wiggles, then runs up in front of Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin really nowhere to go, gets into the back of the 42. Look at the 42 just get destroyed when he went in that grass. So we talked about he just got a little bit loose, and just somebody, he didn't have anywhere to go. Right here, loose, right up in front of Denny Hamlin, now out of control. Bubba Wallace, nowhere to go. Now only thing he can do is lock it down and hope. He did get into Eric Almirola there.
He did. I didn't see that the first time through. And Jeff, I know this sounds silly, but I want to ride on board with Denny.
Bubba Wallace, no dash camera.
Down.
No, I mean, nothing he could do, right? I mean, Jeff, that's
there's
just,
nothing.
you know.
Sometimes you're just in the wrong place. That's all that was.